Hi, the mic's on. Awesome. So, I'm back. Okay, I haven't done this in a while. Being that shit. Anyway, I have returned for a bit. I was gonna do a stream sooner. I think I had like a YouTube thing about it, but I got canned because of stuff going on in my life and other things. I was trying to update this computer again, but every step of the way it just doesn't want to be updated. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna have this computer. Like the battery is not in great condition, so maybe I'll get a year or two more out of it. We'll see if I'm lucky. So I'm just gonna keep it as is, and if that's the case, and I have the storage for it, I might as well keep OBS and get back to streaming because it is fun. It is fun, even though I'm not really great at it and I do stupid shit. But I think that's part of the charm, the Dylan charm. I haven't done it yet, but I'm definitely gonna be like changing stuff. As you can see, the graphics are temporary right now. In my haste to get enough space onto my computer, I apparently deleted some of the original graphics for the stream. And I do have copies of them, but I don't have one particular copy of it, so I just decided to go with a temp thing. And I think I'm gonna change it up. Like, currently, right now on my YouTube channel, if I go to it, let me just see how this screen looks. Switch. Yeah, currently on my YouTube, I have the pirate theme going on, and I still like what I did for my first like banner and stuff, and kind of how everything looks. If this ever shows up. My YouTube is slower now, so I probably won't be streaming my reactions to anything because like YouTube's really uh, they keep changing the fucking buttons. Anyway, yeah, this is my current banner, and I see they're changing that thumbnail too. They're changing it into like this curved little thing. The banner looks even smaller now. You can barely see Jim here. But yeah, I do like this, but I think it's a little too singular. Like, for kind of what I do, I mean, I haven't really talked about pirates much in any sense, so I think I'm gonna steer from it and go for something more generalized. Like, I'm still gonna have like a fighting game theme. There's definitely gonna be that aspect, but it's not the only thing I'm gonna talk about on my channel and like streams. So expect some sort of update. I'm also gonna change the name again, but I think I'll do a video on that later at some point. So yeah, it's nice to be back to make some sort of video. I was gonna make maybe this month or last month I was gonna make something Smash related, but I just haven't gotten around to it yet because I didn't even know if this is gonna work. I deleted OBS originally because of trying to get my computer updated, but when I downloaded it again, all my assets are still there. Like, it was kind of crazy how it's all still set up. I didn't have to start over. It's fucking weird, right? But anyway, enough with the boring stuff. This is going to be a very short stream, which is why I didn't announce it or anything. So, today, I've been made aware of something called the Capcom survey. They're doing some sort of like public survey right now where you put in your input on games and current releases. So I thought, as a Capcom nut, I should probably do that. Let me show off the stream. There we go. Yeah, I have a particular history, Capcom. Like, I'm a huge fan of the games and characters, but what I have played is kind of like bizarre, and we will get into that as we start. So they give you like a cute little bookmark thing here. Of course, I'm going for fighter because I'll be honest, most of the Capcom games I've played are just the fighting games. I haven't played much else, so we'll get into that when we get into that. All right, let me just fill in the details. I'm gonna do a little privacy here. That was a close one. All right. Ooh, is it gonna be a wallpaper? Okay. Details, details. Nothing important going on here. Ooh. Check that out. Fucking, damn. I'm really not a true Capcom fan. I can't even think of their name. Was it Medits? The hard hat guys from Mega Man. Why can't I think of their freaking name? Oh, okay. I thought it was loading. Cards, wallpapers will be downloaded from the email you see after voting. However, you're not eligible to receive a reward, but can still cast a vote. Okay. Maybe I have to be like a Capcom online member. Alright. The Capcom Super Elections. Alright, Chun-Li. Yeah. Let me full screen that shit. Alright, which of the following Capcom games do you like best? Oh my god. So, this is gonna be tough. It's definitely a fighting game, but let's narrow it down. First of all, I gotta know if this is gonna be on here. Oh my god. Okay, so I think Ultimate All-Stars is the American version, right? No image. That sucks. I guess I'll just have to bring it up myself. Yeah, the American version's called Tatsunoko Ultimate All-Stars. This game's got kind of wild history. I've been wanting to make a video on it for a while. But basically this game almost didn't get released here because of the licensing, and that's probably why they don't want to show the image right now. Let me just make sure you're seeing that. Yes, you are. Cool. I do that a lot. Anyway, I think it's probably this one. Though, it's tough for me. It's either that one or Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. They don't have pictures for this one. I guess they're just concerned with the licensing because Tatsunoko is kind of weird with Japan. Like, there's a character from the Japanese version of this that didn't make it over here because of weird licensing shit. I'm like, the international rights are a fucking nightmare. But this one, they just don't want to show off any Marvel characters, that's why. So is it Marvel 3 or Tatsunoko? It's tough, but I'm probably going to go Marvel 3. Tatsunoko is definitely going to come up again, though. Who's your favorite Capcom character? All right. This one's interesting because there's so many like different aspects you can go with. I mean, I love Ryu, but probably not gonna do Ryu. Um, Blanca. Blanca's a classic. I'm of course a fan of Mega Man, and we'll get into Mega Man later. But on the top of my head, like, what's okay? Let's just type in some weird characters, see if they come up. Amingo, or no, is it Amigo? Because one is Amingo. Okay, no Amingo. That's a shame. San San. Oh, they got the original San San, but not Capcom San San. Ruby Heart. Ruby Heart is the captain of the ship that's in my YouTube thumbnail. Okay, not Ruby Heart. Well, that's not surprising. Okay, here's Haruto, Rush. Oh my god. This is some obscure shit. Trucy. She's cool, but definitely not. Let me think. Like an obscure character that I'm a huge fan of. Like Asura from Asura's Wrath is really cool. But damn, no Asura? What the fuck? Yeah, he's not coming up. Astro Man. Armasu. This is tough for me. Slash Man. Doug. Oh, fucking Douglas from Mega Man X. Massimo? Oh wait, no. That's the one from Mega Man X Command Mission. Wow, okay, so they do have obscure characters on here. What's the... Sakura. Definitely a fan of Sakura. My favorite is the boss from Ghosts and Goblins. This is tough for me, honestly. Like, because there's a lot of really unique Capcom characters, but it might be Lilith. Honestly, Lilith might be up there for me. Do they have Saki? Because I did just bring up Tatsunoko. Oh my god, they got Saki! Okay, that's pretty hype. Okay, Alex. I gotta trim it down. We got Alex, Street Fighter V, Alex. Frank West is classic. Frank West. Alright, so we got Saki, Frank West, Alex, or Lilith. I do really like Lilith, but I haven't really played a game with Lilith in it. Like, I haven't played Vampire Survivor or Savior. So, this is tough. Wait, did I have Dudley? Because Dudley's one of my... Oof. Oh my god. I think... I mean, I gotta do Saki just because Saki has not been mentioned. I'm just gonna do Saki because people have definitely put Dudley in here, and I fucking love Saki. Oh my god. So the history behind this character is that she was in a Capcom dating sim. But not just any Capcom dating sim. It was a game that was released in the arcades. I don't know what it's called. Like Capcom dating sim Saki. Oh yeah, she was also in the first Marvel vs. Capcom as an assist. That's where this art's from. So yeah, does it say the game she's from? No, she was not in that one first, but maybe. Basically, she's kind of like Asuka. She's definitely like Capcom Asuka, but instead of being in a mech, she's She's like a Earth Defense Force on the ground shooting. She's really fun in Tatsunoko versus Capcom, which will be brought up a lot today. Posistron rifle. Okay, bust arc using cover art. That's cool. Did he not? I could have sworn she first had her first appearance was in a dating sim, but I can't think of the name of it. Yeah. But anyway, that's full body artwork. The Unknown Soldier. Is that from Forgotten Worlds? Oh, Saki's Player 2 costume is based off of Ultra Garrison from Ultraman. Neat. Wikis. Okay, I really wish it would tell me, because there's definitely a game before this, but I'll have to look it up later. Anyway, let's get back to the survey. Fucking Saki. Awesome. Alright, what do you look in for Capcom games? Well, gameplay is definitely that. I also like all the locales, unique worlds, definitely. Replay value is definitely important, but it doesn't have to be so much of like extra shit. Just like a game that I would want to play again. Like, I haven't done them, but I really want to go back into playing Mega Man now because of this thing. Graphics, I don't care so much about graphics. I care more about art style. Gotta like the characters. Storylines, it depends on the series because like they really range. But I think these things are what I care more. The music's got to be good though. Capcom music kind of has like you know, it's famous. It's got a pedigree. That's what I was thinking of. Difficult but satisfying, rewarding gameplay. Definitely for Mega Man. I like my Mega Man tough. Mega Man 11 like is pretty tough, but in an annoying way. I'm not crazy about the gear mechanic, but I haven't played enough of the game to really complain. Yeah. All right, I think that's enough. Okay, up to 3 choices. Okay. Well, let's take this one out. Um, that one, exhilarating gameplay. Of course, it's got to have exhilarating gameplay. Let's do that. Yeah. Okay, number 4. What images do you have of Capcom? Capcom is kind of weird, but there's so much of it that I don't think it's like the one thing that's known for. Unique, global competitor, playful. Yeah, they're really serious about the games. Like when they put budget into a game, it's always shown, and you can tell when a game doesn't have the budget. Like the fighting game collections were okay, but the first one, the Street Fighter 30th anniversary, had some cool things in it, but any gameplay stuff was not given the attention it deserved. Though I do think they fixed that in the later fighting collection. I'd say they're pretty unique too. Like, there's not really a third-party developer that has the amount of characters that Capcom does. I mean, we're talking Dante, Chris Redfield, all the Resident Evil characters, Mega Man, Street Fighter, and all the other fighting game franchises that they forgot about, like Darkstalkers, Rumble Schools, all this shit. It's so great. I am a bit of a Capcom shill, but I've not played certain games. Like, my brother played Akami, but I didn't. I've never touched Onimusha, but okay. Are there any Capcom games slash series, including spin-off games, that you would like to see get a sequel or new game? I'm just gonna check to see if I am blocking the screen. Okay, we're all good. So Darkstalkers is a definite. I definitely want to see a new attempt at Darkstalkers. Like, they were trying to do that all the way back in like 2010, like whenever Street Fighter 4 was coming out. So I think the time is now. It's been 10 years since Darkstalkers Resurrection, which was that re-release that they were trying to make money off of. But I think the time is now. Morgan is such a big character, even though there hasn't been a crossover game in like 7 years. I think Darkstalkers is probably like more popular than ever now with all the fan art about it and the stuff like Fightcade, and the fighting game collection that just came out last year has like all of them on it. So this is the time to get back into Darkstalkers. I really hope they tackle that after 6. Put a little money into it. Okami, I think, is okay where it is. It doesn't really need anything else. I think it's always going to be remembered, but like, I think the guys that worked on it aren't even at Capcom anymore, so it'd be kind of weird if they did that. Onimusha, I know, has like a few sequels already, but I don't think it really needs to come back. Maybe just have the guy be referenced in something. Ace Attorney's going to get more sequels. I don't need to do this. And Street Fighter is also going to, I mean, it's already got Street Fighter 6, so it doesn't really need any extra attention. No clue what that is. Okay, Dino Crisis is weird because they just had a new game called Exoprimal, which is kind of like Dino Crisis, but even more wacky. It's like these sci-fi people going to a city because dinosaurs are attacking it, but they're not just attacking it, they're being teleported through time and space. So they're portaling out like hundreds of dinosaurs and TRXs and shit. So I don't think Dino Crisis is coming back, maybe like a re-release, but like this is exclusively spin-off games and sequels, or like new games in the series, so I don't think they count re-releases. Devil May Cry is definitely going to get another game, and Dragon's Dogma is definitely coming out. Dead Rising, I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to think when Dead Rising 4 came out. If you were going to do it now, you'd have to like completely refresh the idea of it. I mean, in a post Tears of the Kingdom world, I think there's might be a place for Dead Rising. Like, Dead Rising created the whole thing of having 2 items and turning them into a weapon, so I think it could end up being a cool throwback if they make a new one. But I think if they were going to do it, you know what they should do? Have it be like an amusement park instead of a mall. So, like, just new setting, like you can interact with the rides and shit. I think that'd be pretty fun. Let's check if we're still streaming because I haven't. Yeah, we're live. Anyway, but either way, I think Dead Rising is kind of like in a spot where it really doesn't need to come back. No idea what that is. The Versus series. Now, this isn't just Versus Marvel. This is like every Versus game, which there's Tatsunoko versus Capcom, but that's never coming back. I would love a re-release of this game, but that seems unlikely too because of all this licensing. The problem is a lot of these characters, although they're all under the Tatsunoko window or umbrella, the international rights are separated between hundreds of companies. Like Gold Lightan and Ken the Eagle have different rights, so you would have to talk to 2 different companies to figure that out. So I would love a re-release on Switch, but I highly doubt it, and I'm just gonna have to live with however I'll play it. But I think we are on the dawn of a new Capcom versus SNK because they've been hanging out a lot recently. I think it was either last Evo or the year before. They had new art of the current SNK characters from KOF 15 and Street Fighter 6. So this is the most they've been talking since 2002, and SNK is like on fire right now. They've come back from the grave. So I think maybe in a few years, if Capcom's still doing good fighting game wise, I think that might be the next big game. I mean, those two camps are having the best experience they've had in years. So having them both converge for a third SNK versus Capcom game would be fucking sick. It'd be cool though if they went with a different angle. Like the last two were made by Capcom. What if like SNK made this one, or if they were just like more intertwined? Because Capcom vs SNK 2 is an amazing game, but on the Capcom side, it's mostly Street Fighter characters. They don't really delve into many others, which I think is a shame. Why isn't Mega Man there? So this is a definite yes, but that's just my bias. Biohazard, Resident Evil. I don't think it's going anywhere. It's definitely going to make more, so it doesn't need any more support than it already does. Breath of Fire is basically like Capcom's RPG Final Fantasy, and I'm trying to think when Breath of Fire 4 came out. I feel like they did make a new one like in the PS2 era, but I could be wrong. I don't really know enough about it, but it'd be cool if it came back. Final Fight is a weird one because these characters are like pretty much in the same universe as Street Fighter, and the whole cast of Final Fight pretty much got absorbed into Street Fighter. So, how would you make a new Final Fight game be worth it? Like, it just seems to be. I don't know. They'd have to do something crazy, like make a really long Final Fight or have different modes. I mean, it'd be cool if they did like a new one just as a retro throwback, but like that's already being kind of overdone. I mean, how many retro beat 'em ups have come out in the last year or two? Like the TMNT one, they re-released the Scott Pilgrim one, River City Ransom. There's been like 3 new ones, so I don't know. I imagine Capcom giving it a shot. Maybe they'll make like a full big budget beat 'em up, but I doubt it. But if they did come back, at least there'd be more of my Kagar going around. So Ghosts and Goblins, um, Ghosts and Goblins just got a new game like during 2020. It was Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection. I heard it did okay, but I think it's okay where it is right now. It doesn't need to be pumped again. Like, I would love to see more in the future. Maybe another Gargoyles quest, but I think it's fine where it is. It's has its place in history, and I like seeing Arthur pop up. I mean, I saw a picture of him earlier, so yeah, totally. Monster Hunter is fine. Monster Hunter is in the best position it's ever been. It doesn't need any more support than it already has. Lost Planet, I'm kind of shocked is on here, but I guess there were 3 of them on Xbox, so. Also, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of up its time. Like you could reboot it, but I don't need to see it personally. I mean, I love how the mech looks, PK 107 or whatever the hell, but I think I'm good with Lost Planet and Mega Man. It doesn't have to be Mega Man 12 because Mega Man 11 just came out a few years ago, but there's something more with it. I mean, they just released the Battle Network collection on Switch, but I think it's time to bring Mega Man X back, but we're just gonna have to check off Mega Man. So as you can tell, I mostly play the fighting games and Mega Man. That's pretty much the extent. And Ghosts and Goblins, of course, too. But we'll get into that as we get later in the podcast. Did I just say podcast? I mean, I guess this is sort of like a podcast, but it's more like a ASMR thing. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna take a little break, and I'll see you in a sec. Alright, I'm back. Give myself a little headroom. Let's get back into it. I really need to work on my room, or like my set or whatever. Alright, here's our 3 games. Darkstalkers, the Versus series, and Mega Man. Okay, is there a game they would like to see completely remade with latest technology, the character design, etc.? Ooh, just one. That's crazy. Ace Attorney, no, I think they just remade those a few years ago. And I'm like 3D, right? Commando, that's kind of wild. Rival schools would be cool. I'm a huge fan of Batsu and Akira and like Kyosuke. But I don't know. Gargoyle's Quest? Yo, that's kind of sick actually. I might click that. Having like a new Gargoyle Quest game in the style of like Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection would be pretty fucking cool actually. Breath of Fire 1 through 3. I guess that would make sense. If you're a Breath of Fire fan. And Mega Man 1 through 3. I don't know. I'm good with the Mega Man 1, 2, and 3. Like, if they remake them, that'd be pretty cool. Also, it'd be good to, like, gauge interest instead of making, like, a new game. Just, like, remake a new one. They did remake Mega Man 1 on the PSP. It's called Mega Man All Powered Up. I've heard that's pretty good, but, I got a little personal bias here. I'm gonna go Gargoyle's Quest. I don't know how many people chose this one, but that's my personal pick, because the first one was on Game Boy, like original Game Boy, so it's a little rough. The second one's great too. It's on the NES, and it's like the most expensive of the bunch, but it kind of has a slowdown issue, and so does the third game, which I'm also a fan of, but I don't know. I mean, if Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection was popular enough, I think we can get away with making at least the first Gargoyle's Quest. Or you know what? Gargoyle's Quest 1 is so short, you might as well do 1 and 2 and make it into one big game. Like, if you add both of them up, it's only a few hours, so that'd be smart. Yeah, new Gargoyle's Quest. Fucking, let's go. Gargoyle. Alright. Here's a big one. I love they have the fucking graveyard here. What was the first Capcom game you ever played? This took a lot of time to figure out. I knew this game, or this question was on the survey. So, I just assumed Mega Man 1 was my first game, like on the Anniversary Collection. Or it was like Tatsunoko versus Capcom. But after some deliberation and like some memory jogging, I ended up figuring out what the first one was. And it was actually Mega Man X Command Mission. No fucking way. They don't have it? What? Okay, maybe if I scroll down here, they have Maverick Hunter X. Okay, you mean to tell me you got all the battle networks here, but you do not have... Okay, it's loading more. Powered Up, this is the remake I was talking about. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to scroll through them. X Dive, X2. Yo, there's a lot of fucking Mega Man, man. These the Game Boy ones? Oh my god, they are the Game Boy ones. Jesus. No fucking way. You have all these Mega Man games, and you don't even have... Oh my god. Mega Man X2, X3, X4, X5, X6, X7, X8. No fucking way. This is a real game, by the way. They even referenced it in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. My first Capcom game was Mega Man Command Mission. This one's kind of wild. Let's show it off. So this is an old crusty card, as you can see. Look at that shit. This is an RPG spin-off of Mega Man X, and you might be familiar with this design. It's like somewhat popular in the Mega Man X community. He's got like this cool laser scarf. You can't see it probably, but yeah. They actually referenced this as an alternate costume in something. I think it was Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, or someone modded it in at least. But yeah, this was my first Capcom game, technically, by proxy. I actually have a story about it. Since it was an RPG, I of course I have not beaten it. Neither could my brother. So we were gonna get rid of it. I think this game came out in 2004. Wow. So we probably got in like 2005, and then we got the Wii eventually in like 2008. So we were gonna get rid of this game because we just couldn't beat it. But it was 2009, and the GameStop would not take it. They said it was too old. It was 5 years old, and they're saying this shit was too old, apparently. I mean, I think they were still having GameCube games in the used section, so I don't know why they wouldn't take this, but I've been stuck with it ever since, and I've tried again and again to play it over the years to try to beat it, but as of not having the Wii at the moment, I need to try this again. So technically, this is my first Capcom game. So it sucks it's not on the freaking thing though. Let's go. That's crazy, man. They don't have Mega Man X Command Mission. What the fuck? Alright. Well, truth be told. Okay, so now I had to figure out if I got... Okay, let's bring it. I also got this. Probably doesn't say when I got it, but this is Mega Man X Anniversary Collection, the first Anniversary Collection from the PS2 GameCube era. It's okay. I mean, it's got Mega Man 1 through 8. I mean, a lot of people say it's terrible, but like it does the job. I mean, as someone who did not have an NES at the time, this was the way to go. Though I believe I got Tatsunoko first, so I guess I'll just go with Tatsunoko. I was aware of Mega Man though when I got Tatsunoko because I'd seen AVGN, I'd seen retro gaming YouTubers because I was just into that shit as a kid. So, by proxy, the AVGN, I got into retro gaming. So I'm just gonna go with Tatsunoko. I also have Ultimate Marvel 3 here. I got the weird fucking alternate box art that most people probably don't use. So let's just go with Tats. TVC, as I call it. Ultimate All-Stars. Okay. Okay, which Capcom game has influenced you the most? You see, that's probably also Tatsunoko versus Capcom, but you know what's a game I really like that I feel like is underrated? Mega Man 7. Excuse me? Thank you. I don't know if this has like influenced me the most though. It's up there. I think it's like Okay, this is tough. It wouldn't be Third Strike because I don't own Third Strike. I've only played it like emulation and stuff. Would the original version of Marvel 3 count? Do they have... Because this is Ultimate. I only got this a few years ago, but technically, the first one... They should have the first one here. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is definitely up there too. I have played it. My friend has it on Dreamcast, but like that was pretty late. I might do this one, the original version. This is like the first game I played online. It's definitely influential for me. Wow. Wait a minute. You're telling me they got Nightmare Before Christmas, Oogie's Revenge, the crappy Devil May Cry ripoff, but not Mega Man X Command Mission. Okay. Okay, Capcom. What if I type it in again? Maybe it's only in this one menu. Adventures in the Magic Kingdom. What the... Bro! Black Command, Bionic Commando. Harvey Birdman. Capcom did that? They got some crazy fucking picks here. Alright, You know, I did get Street Fighter 2 on the Wii, like for the virtual console, so I could probably do that. Maybe. But I'll just try Marvel Vanilla. That was definitely a game that influenced me. This search bar is kind of annoying. Let's just go with Marvel Vanilla. Okay. We're almost done. This took way longer than it needed to. Okay. Do you have a complaint you'd like to share with Capcom? No. 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 Need to communicate with fans. I've got a lot of reasons not listed above. Release more original titles. I think that's okay. They still make new shit all the time. I say reboot. They need to reboot shit. Not enough merchandise in stock. It's definitely rebooting. Especially now, like, Capcom in the past 7 years has been on a fucking landslide. Every major series has been rebooted and making more money than it ever has. Resident Evil is that true horror again. It's like a true staple of the genre. Devil May Cry 5, I think, might have been the best selling in the series, or at least close. That was a big deal. And Street Fighter 6 is the biggest thing Street Fighter has been since the original release. So Capcom's on a fucking roll right now. I think they have the breathing room to take risks, like doing a new Darkstalkers or talking with SNK and making a new SNK versus Capcom, or even doing like a new version of, like, I don't know, Massimo, more Mega Man. I think there's a lot of opportunities now, especially like Monster Hunter's big, Resident Evil's big. They're all making bank. So that's probably the reason why they're doing games like Dragon's Dogma 2. They're taking more risks. So if things just keep going, we can see even more obscure IPs, like not Robobots, but maybe Star Gladiator or Rival Schools would be pretty cool. All right. And last question. Here we go. We welcome all your support for Capcom. Yeah. It does depend on how Capcom acts, because, like, Capcom can easily fuck up, like, what they did before. Like, they were doing okay in the mid 2000s with Street Fighter 4, but then Street Fighter Cross Tekken comes out and they do all that stupid shit, and it fucks with the system. And Marvel 3 was great, but then Ultimate Marvel 3 came out only like 9 months later, and people got pissed about it. So, like any company, I'm a shill for Capcom, but if they fuck up, they fuck up. So they just gotta keep an eye on themselves and, like, test things out before they just go willy-nilly on price gouging shit. I'm a little incoherent today. It is the day after the Super Bowl, so I apologize. But that looks like it's it. And we're in the Chun-Li's China stage. Alright, do you have any final comments for Capcom? Okay. This is going to be petty as hell, but my first Capcom game, Mega, Yeah, I'd also love to see more collaboration in general, like with Namco or even Sega. Like, it doesn't even have to be something like Marvel anymore. Like, of course, I'd love to see another Marvel versus Capcom, but it's not happening. At least not within this decade. Maybe in another 10 years, but I doubt it. I think that ship has sailed. Marvel's kind of too big for them right now, even for Capcom. But I never know if it's two capitals or one for Mega Man, because they're always in all caps. But I guess it is two capitals. SNK. TC. All right. My Durst Capcom game was Mega Man X Command Mission for the Nintendo GameCube, which wasn't on the list. Thank you very much. I mean, this game's okay. It's got some interesting visuals. It's like kind of cel shaded. Oh, it's got a free Mega Man trading card inside. Includes instructions to download game passwords. Wait, what? Yo, where's the card? Where'd it go? Maybe it's in the manual. There was a time where they would put shit like that in the manual. Like, you had to cut it out. Like it's a magazine, but I don't think it's in there. Unfortunately. Alright, guys. I think that's the end of our survey here. Alright. What is the following? Okay. Ultimate Marvel 3 is up there. I mean, it's tough between that and Marvel 2, but Marvel 3 is more like my thing. Okay, Unique Worlds. Okay, I did put Tatsunoko in there. Technically, it's not the first Capcom game I played, but you know. If I could put Mega Man Command Mission like here, I would put Tatsunoko here. Or in the influential. I put it like there. The Marvel 3 does have its spot for me. Yeah, I haven't really played. The funny thing is, I'm very familiar with the Capcom franchises, but I've never played Resident Evil. I've only done like a demo for Monster Hunter, maybe like 5-6 years ago. And I've only really dabbled in Mega Man and the fighting games like Darkstalkers, Street Fighter, all that stuff. So I've also done Gargoyle's Quest. I've played all of them except the second, and some Ghosts and Goblins because they're on the Nintendo Switch Online. So I'm very familiar with Capcom, though I should probably get more on these other series that haven't been touched. And let's see what happens. Alright, so we got Arthur here, Ghosts and Goblins, Maya, and Phoenix. I was going to get the Anniversary Collection on Switch, but I still haven't. I think... Have I played any DMC? I don't think so. This is like a cat from Monster Hunter. Chun-Li. Jill Valentine. Okay, interesting choice. This Resident Evil 3 remake was not very popular. Is this the guy from Monster Hunter? Or is this supposed to be Onimusha? I have no clue. And Mega Man, of course. Alright, I'll tweet it, why not? This is my Dusty ult. should I mention? There are. I don't want to be too salty. I'm sorry I'm making such a big deal about Mega Man X Command mission, but like, I mean, this costume is kind of popular. I've seen art of the Mega Man X Command's costume everywhere. It's not like it's an amazing game, but I just thought it was funny that it wasn't there. But fucking the licensed games were. Okay. I really just had to do a tweet during the stream. All right. I think we're just gonna cut it off there because I got some stuff to do. It's already like 2:30. So. Have I gone on for like 40 minutes? What the fuck? Wow, it's an hour? Wow. Alright, well, let's wrap it up. So, I'd like to do streams again, but I'm gonna wait a little bit. I'm gonna, like, make some new assets, make it look a little better than it is right now. I do kind of like this new direction I'm going with, though, with the GIFs, so maybe I'll stick to that. And maybe I'll make a new video kind of talking about like what I want to do with the channel, because I'm changing things up, or at least I want to put a few things forward of what I want to do with it. So I don't know when that's going to happen, but you know, just keep it on the low priority, and I'll see you later. You have a good day. Bye bye.